you're saying just ain't right. No matter what words I choose, I lose. Yeah, 'cause when you're playing the time card, yeah, you're making my life hard. It's an all-in, no-win-my-sin situation. Yeah, you say I'm always late and that I'm never here. Well, which is it? Always and never just seem to go together. Always and never feel so wrong, so long. Always and never are both so hard to measure. Always and never come too soon. With you, I know you don't want to come off me, but when you go to the extreme, you hit me upside the head with exaggeration. Yeah, you say that I'm always wrong and that I'm never right. Well, which is it? Always and never. I know I'm not too clever, but always and never just seem wrong. So long. Always and never are just too hard to measure, but always and never come too soon.
File for start. File for your start. File for your start. Yeah, well, start. Good. I'll do it. All they did. No. Good.
Sure thing.
Thanks.
What do you need help with?
So just some of these expenditure accounts, because these ones I didn't get until today. I know.
So would we?
I worked on these all day yesterday, and I did not get these other ones until this morning because I went to the town barn and she said not to process them. It was yours, Ryan. I said we have to process our bills.
Is this as in my personal or
Yes.
for this folder?
Yes, no, for your personal. So I said we cannot not pay bills, so now I need some assistance. Why am I short?
It's early there, 5 minutes yet. I think people are still used to 7 instead of 6:30.
The meeting is 7, right?
Yeah, it starts at 7.
Told me, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, was it something changed? Our meeting started at 6:30 today?
No, 7 o'clock.
5:30, he was here at the door, and I shouldn't have opened it because it doesn't start till 7.
Okay.
Does someone have one page of the warrant? Because I have one extra page for some reason.
Nope. Let me check here. Nope.
Okay. Okay, so.
Just so that the county knows that they're interested in this. These are just meeting minutes from the past 6 months that they haven't responded to. Agenda, yes, on the front table. Yeah, you take pictures. What's the date?
Is it 9?
Correct.
I needed the information for it.
It's going too fast.
Oh, it is a 9, okay.
Yeah, it's almost the middle of October.
Don't say that. I haven't got my garlic planted yet.
Oh, Garland Point Garlic is in the fall?
Yeah, traditionally you plant on Columbus Day.
Oh,
But it is in there.
never grew garlic, so.
What are the
You always know the
gas cards?
Yeah, I just.
So and that's what I was gonna bring up at the meeting, the highway guys were told they had to pay personal and they get reimbursed.
They do
Yep, that's
So-
what you told me last week.
The bulbs
No.
to
Yes.
Victoria.
To get personal for the highway equipment?
Last year's
No,
crop that I
you-
planted.
This is for gas.
for their highway equipment.
For the, yeah, I brought it up at the meeting and you said that the way Amanda did it, and we'll do the same thing.
She
They
chose to do
charge
it. She chose to do it that way. But the highway guys, like, we can't expect them to pay their personal money and wait to get reimbursed. So I got gas cards. I said, I need
Oh, okay.
receipts.
Yeah, but that's what we
Yeah,
agreed
that's what it
to.
was.
But we agreed to that
I
at the
missed
last
that
meeting.
apparently.
I know.
So, but I got gas cards to Larry and they're just gonna give me the receipts.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll attach them.
Okay, yeah, that works fine.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
No problem.
Where you,
Oh, you know what? I don't think I did a voucher. So here's the thing. I want you guys to tell me, I don't have, and I don't see in Mary's drawers where she has any highway department vouchers, but I have some bills that have to be paid. Do you want me to use the A fund vouchers for
well, just
now?
use these and white it out.
So you want me to copy one of these and white it out?
Yeah, that's what I do.
We'll do the one with little writing there right here. Okay. That's why you don't have.
That way you have the right voucher.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on that. Let me see.
Yeah, but that's not really being able to follow.
Oh, I see.
Just take a note.
Trying to do anything on a phone here is useless.
Why?
There's no reception.
Oh,
Is there a possibility that you could come up with
I guess you could actually make sure you, I always have to, when I come to Westernville, I always have to shut everything down, turn everything back on again. So that,
Here's this one back.
I got one bar.
All right.
Do you have a copy of the agenda?
Yeah, it's on our desk.
Because he wants a copy.
It's on mine.
You can get it.
Okay.
in.
Can I use some
I
white?
got a little bit.
Oh, okay.
One bar, but I've got a full band.
I'm still trying to get ready for this meeting. Me too. I know. I'll grab it.
Yeah. I pulled my onions today.
Yeah, I pulled them a while ago.
Yeah, I should have done it a while ago.
We're unable to
Some
access,
of
we
mine
have to
have
access the
filled
agenda
with
from home and bring a copy with us.
Now,
So we've got to apply for minutes now, I gotta
And
look it
I
up.
picked the rest of
again.
my winter squash.
Now, my
I mean,
squash is
courtesy with the.
acorns are big, but they're still small,
That'd be
and the winter
courtesy.
squash is still small.
You need a greenhouse to start everything early.
Oh, I did, I had a greenhouse.
Oh, you do?
I got one of those little vinyl ones, you know, that you can frame, put over a frame, and I started everything there. But they were just slow growing this year. My zucchini took off like crazy, my gold, yellow zooks or golden squash crooknecks, they both did well. Tomatoes, forget about it, we couldn't get rid of them. I have one refrigerator with gallon bags of
So
frozen
let me put that in
tomatoes.
the agenda for tonight, okay?
I just cleaned them, paired them, stacked them. So the first couple of weeks, I was just sitting there making sauce every night.
That's gonna be all this
I got to
new
find
stuff.
that.
That's what I froze them, I took them as they came,
Yeah, that's
and then
what.
I cut the thing out.
Yeah,
one
my friend
thing.
told me, she goes, you know, you can just freeze them whole. You just pair them, clean all the bad spots. Okay, so that's what I started doing now.
6 gallon bags.
And then, wait a minute, this must be for highway? She gave it to me.
I hoped, but it just.
Well, it's got the highway voucher, so is that,
Just turn it.
Yep.
So I needed to cut off and
The lock to the basement door.
I
Yeah,
didn't
something
change
that-
anything.
the lock
Looks
to the
like a
basement door
pumpkin,
lock?
but it's
Missing.
not. It's actually a
Which,
squash.
Yeah.
the one right
Okay,
here?
but I didn't know what it was.
It's
and
not
I'm
in
like,
there.
It was little at
It's not
first,
there.
and I was like,
It's not in the
I've
hand.
got a
planted
couple of
pumpkins.
weird
No, the
ones
lock, the
that.
whole lock
I
itself is
know,
gone.
planted pumpkins, and I'm like, maybe the seeds were wrong in the pumpkin seeds were
Or
there.
something.
But I know the
planted or you.
difference. No, yeah, possible, because it's just one time. And now I've got like 5 of these huge things, they're actually turning orange.
It's probably a pumpkin.
Yeah, I had,
I'm hoping,
because I had one thing, it was really long, at first I thought it was watermelon, I didn't plant watermelon this year.
Let me just check.
It was like this long, and dark green. So I brought one into your front one, he goes, oh, that's, I know what that is, he goes, that's a Bosnian squash, he goes, I'll take it. I said, okay, so I brought it in.
Yeah, I know. This
And he looks, he goes, I think they would have grown
The
tree.
fact that we can't have.
Okay.
Cool expression.
And then later on, I got a couple more of those, and I said, I'm just leaving them to see what they do. And they turned orange, they were all
They
pumpkins.
just tell us that we
So I've got
long
these
pumpkins?
long ones that, like, if you stood it up, it'd be narrow, and stand about this tall,
Oh, I did.
and then
We've done multiple.
I got 2 or 3 of the long ones,
We do.
and the rest of them were all traditional, nice ground pumpkins.
Mine are perfect, they're perfectly round, one's this big, it's perfectly round, okay, and I picked it too soon,
Of the highway department.
but I take it out, put it in the sun, now it's almost completely orange. I put one on my counter because it was late, I had no choice but to pull it. It's turning orange right on my counter.
See, I've got mine still in the garden.
Enough up the hill where, you know,
Yeah, and we've got the warm air from the lake,
We have the
so.
frost on the windshield
Yeah.
and all.
I haven't had frost yet, I brought all my house plants in.
My strawberries are doing amazing.
Oh my God, my strawberries. I keep putting them back, because they keep going over the walkway.
Oh, I put them in an above ground garden and,
Oh, no, I got
put
that.
beer in there. You know, a little cup of beer,
Yeah, keep
bury it in the
that.
dirt, slugs jump in the beer and,
Because you're raising
but,
questions?
no, planted there.
Did you get strawberries this year?
Now I'm getting them.
Oh, wow, okay, see mine.
Now,
Now I'm getting strawberries.
well, you got,
Hey
Alpine.
Ryan, which ones don't have vouchers?
Just those ones.
Everberry.
I,
They
Neutral berries.
Yep.
They neutral strawberry, right? It's the only way you can get them this time of year.
I just bought them, and actually Jerry bought them for me at the Lowe's or somewhere.
It's a day neutral variety.
So we're just.
Everything to traditionals, and I don't know how many I bought, I think 50. The 2 big bunches and planted them,
We're supposed to get the
you know, on either side. And
a preliminary budget.
I'm gonna put that in.
And now the onions are gone, the strawberries are just taking over this whole garden. It's like 3 foot wide, 5.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, you should put them back.
That's one, yeah.
The runners?
So it's the one.
Yeah, I should have pruned
The
back mine.
largest berries are off the parent plant. When you plant them,
Right.
and as they keep going, the berries get smaller.
Oh, okay, so if you cut them after they drop,
Well, yeah, that should help.
okay, so
You
in
can
the
take those
spring.
runners and plant, you know,
Yeah.
cut them and put them in another row.
We have no minutes and nobody.
Get into
I've got 3 butternuts that are still outside, and I got spaghetti squash.
I've got kale and collards.
Hi.
Going.
Yeah,
One
what's
send
that?
me that basket. Yeah, lettuce.
Pack them in for
I mean, I can't grow for some reason.
Pack 'em in.
Give it up.
where am I with?
I have, yeah, ours is all.
I found that out from legal.
You go into it.
I found it out at legal Association of Towns. Apparently it's a growing thing.
First and
Oh, you gotta make it.
Birds will fly in and they'll go after
Right?
little bugs and stuff.
What am I doing here?
But they don't
This is
touch
0.
them.
Yeah.
Because it's a credit. We have a credit there.
The birds kind of.
So,
I gotta sign it.
Strawberries that cover that.
I don't know, do you need, yeah, because he's gonna apply it, right?
Take credit.
Right,
Yeah.
they don't come, get right up once.
This is only my first year.
Can't really argue with credit. I don't know how we arrived at it,
So
but.
I know you're not supposed to pick them.
I know,
I'll
she
take
said
it.
we had a credit, and I'm like, from what? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't
Here you
know
go,
how
Ryan.
it's gonna work if it needs, I mean.
got no way to email.
Cucumbers
Do you wanna
before.
talk
This is my
about?
second year for my asparagus.
Good to go.
So next
I got nothing to say to you. You just want me to explain these reports, right?
Yeah, and you can sit right over here, because Len's not here tonight.
Well,
Hi, Pete.
Should I?
I don't guess what I'm reading.
since I got out of service, they're gonna talk about it tomorrow. Since 1967.
Larry's moving over a seat. I said he can use Len's chair while he,
Oh, why don't you sit there?
okay,
So that way it's hard.
okay.
Get my stuff
Larry,
moved.
oh.
No problem with that? Well, it's only.
All right. Ben.
Well, you can
Now,
get into it by using.
I almost gotta get junkies.
Hello, Larry.
Well, he's usually at the town board meeting. I don't know.
I'm the only one.
Do you know what's going on about it?
That's not gonna state it. I hope not.
It's up to Lacey.
Who delegates
Hunter's working.
that right?
Yeah.
What makes him think he can put what he wants?
I agree with you 100%.
Don?
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Almost, town hall.
What happened? They fire you? You got here early. Usually you just get.
Do you want what I finished so far? One of you guys gotta
Oh, you're
sign.
trying to hustle me in on that too?
Well, I can't sign two names.
Sure. Larry and Larry.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
it?
Larry and Daryl. It wasn't it?
Yeah.
Daryl and Daryl.
Daryl, yeah, they're probably-
The one,
Oh, no, I don't know.
that sounds like that. I can tell that voice.
Ask him, he'll know.
The assessors didn't know, right?
I'm a socialist anyways.
I can hear
I didn't answer that reason, I'm sorry.
Man, definitely gotta get chairs.
Yeah.
There's not just people.
No, not this one, I'm talking about.
That's what I think you were talking.
No, I'm talking about the assessor. You heard the assessor's office? Do you know what it looks like? Do you know what it looks like? Do you know what it looks like?
No, it's medical. In May or whatever it was, they had all this tax problem. That comes the same event, we got the land tax straightened out.
But I heard it was the one that was.
Bill Sloss.
I've done it today. Today's actually.
I was just breaking on the newest now with ISIS projecting over the
He's in there.
assassinated multiple different children.
He's in there with some. Maybe
He's dropping, he's just dropping.
It's just, you know, I don't care what you got to do, musicians and whatever, you don't get used to
This one,
They're innocent.
That's Mr.
That's it.
Thomas is this or X's?
Huh?
Thomas there?
It's just they're all one.
They're two different sets.
But they're all, but they're all.
They all think
I
they're.
can't sign that.
Yeah,
They only
it's like street games, you know?
a couple of months out of the year and they make appointments with them or email them. You know.
It's not working there.
People don't have that.
Yes, it's very cold in here.
I bought two shirts.
Then you have to call.
Look at a sweater.
One step below Amish. The only reason that is because I don't know
Of
horses.
course, Norway.
What are you talking about?
Drove to the, when I was a kid,
Yesterday was not fun, but we had to go out.
just up the road a piece.
There's one of the green turtle glasses. It's way electronic.
I know you'll say, you ain't got a point.
Well, how do you get an appointment if he doesn't give you a call?
I know how it works.
He doesn't even know, just make sure. It's call and call and call.
I put that all, I got to send it in my,
No call back.
all that. It all means like that.
You turn to see requested.
Once they get involved, if you're not always going to need
These all together, Brian? Like that, the tree stuff? Or were they supposed to be separated? I just see they're all.
They're separated.
Okay. No, they were all, I didn't know, yeah,
Secret
I didn't know.
emails, secret emails.
Wanna go that way this time?
What?
I like Charlie's email today.
I did not see it because I've been busy
Mr.
all day.
Tebow.
I didn't see it yet.
You related to Roger? Yep. Yeah, I think your wife told me that. How is he? Good, good.
Okay, so,
He's your
older brother.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I went to, actually, I went
So
to
the town
MD
hall
and,
board is gonna be
CEnglebrecht
A1620.4?
If you said what you said.
Well, we both
I'd have to look it up,
graduated.
down
So it's been
memorized.
I haven't seen him since.
The town mowing.
Yeah, he just takes care of his wife. His wife is not healthy.
There's a
Oh, really?
minutes I have, Len's not here.
Right, yeah.
So, he does all right. He's got his military retirement.
Or should be.
Oh, yeah, I figured he's okay. Well, I remember when he was going to school, that's how, you know, it was all NCAA or whatever.
Yeah, he wanted to, like,
This is where I'm like
he said he felt
stuck
like he was
here.
losing his memory.
This is.
Oh, really? Yeah, so
Yeah.
he said, well, it's no better time to go to school then.
Yeah, right.
That's why he went to college.
Yeah, right.
Just to ensure that he stimulated his brain.
Oh, he was very studious. He was, well, we did a bunch of stuff together. We had, oh, I remember we took calculus together, we took, trying to think of what we took it
No,
on.
because we've got Town Park, Town Library is the same as, okay,
I can't remember
we're, Highway
some of the
Garage
stuff that he was.
is.
But I know we took calculus and we took some other business classes together. It took me a year to get to,
In a
you know, I
cemetery.
took all the classes
No,
at MD that I
cemeteries and founder
could,
cemetery.
so that I could get an accounting degree from SUNY IT. But,
Thank you so
you know,
much.
so I never actually got a degree from MD. I don't think he did either, but,
Yeah, all I know is he from SUNY IT, wherever he is.
yeah. We used to have some night class together at MD, at the one in Utica. Or actually, no, I think it was the one in Rowland. It's been a while, man. Well, I'm glad to hear he's doing well.
Yeah, he's hanging in there. He's miserable as ever.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Holy cow.
He's a good guy, though.
Okay. Chad's on his way down with my stand for my phone.
Dom, that camera has to come off the mantle. I have signs posted where the cameras are gonna go. Because otherwise, we're not starting a meeting with them, with it up there.
That's Travis.
Thank you. Right, exactly. Thank you.
I think maybe Charlie should give a little speech.
I agree. Well, we're not starting the meeting with that camera up there. So if I have to recess,
He
I'll
has
recess.
no right to put that where he
Nope.
wants.
Nope, and the lawyers told me that our rules are fine that I sent to her.
So if you don't take it down, we'll confiscate it, as far as I'm concerned.
She just said that if they're not gonna follow our rules, we have to start the meeting.
Okay.
Just stare her in the face.
We've had disruption. You want to go back to call meetings?
Guess we're just gonna look everybody in the face tonight.
Nobody said you can't stand in front of him.
Diane, are you gonna hand out copies of your draft budget?
Yes,
I don't mean to everybody, I mean just everybody as a do.
right.
Yeah.
I'm tall enough, I'll go stand in front of him.
Well, we have plenty of time as long as that camera stays there, because we're not starting.
You all right?
Just
Or you
stretching.
left?
No, my back's feeling better now.
Oh, sure. Yep.
There's one set of,
Just getting old.
It's a lot more, Larry.
yeah.
It's a lot more.
Sorry, I'm glad you answered. Who are you?
Larry,
You don't have one of the bills
Hey,
yet,
I
Peter.
know you.
What's that?
You don't have one of the bills yet.
Oh, I don't?
I'm still doing it.
And I think before I talked to you earlier that I'm her budget with that humidifier we need to buy.
Oh, right, yeah, so we'll talk about that tonight, yeah.
And I was gonna take,
If I forget, reel me back in.
Oh, I didn't know if you had gotten the chance to put it on the agenda.
No,
Coming out with
no.
things in the past, you never knew how much it was, they would just give you a payment.
Yeah,
And you would make
I
the
would not
payments,
go
and then they
with
tell
the,
you when to stop making it.
discussion.
Okay.
So supposedly in the next, you're not getting paid for another couple months, we got December, I think you get your last check.
Would you have
We got a couple months,
Yeah,
but,
he keeps adding to it.
if they come out with this new tool, it's supposed to be coming out with, I'll try to let you know how much it's gonna be or whatever.
Can I get out? When I worked for the county briefly, like 2-3 years, that's when I got into the
Right.
The town before that, I was never in it.
Right.
So when I got out of that, I thought it would end for the town, but I guess
No, it
it's in
doesn't
the
work that
database
way.
now or something. Yeah.
Well, you're in there and you are paying into it, I mean,
From the town.
yes, but here's the thing, what I think they're probably doing is, how long you been working for the town?
I don't know, 20, 25 years.
Oh, really?
40 years and years, but I wasn't in the state retirement until I got a job at the county in 2019. So I never paid into the state retirement until 2019.
Well, hopefully they'll come out with this new tool and I can get a payment for you before I take it.
What are we talking about, how much?
I honestly don't know, but now based on you telling me you've been here for years, you know,
It's not gonna go back all those years.
I really don't know to tell you the truth.
Well, I hope.
No, they weren't,
Because I
because
never.
we already asked.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
never,
did you?
yeah, 'cause I never signed up for it until I started working at
Peter,
the
can you
county.
give
And
me the
even then, I
purpose on
didn't
there
sign up
again?
for the county, so
The amount,
somehow.
the total is
Well, they have to,
53.
No.
if you have,
The
if you
individual.
have a job in the system,
I'm
you
top.
get another job in the system, I
Oh,
don't.
that's fine.
Okay, the
You
first
got
one
it,
is
then they have to get it.
4,039,
I fought it for a while myself, I was with the.
and the second one is 1360.
Called me back about 4 different times.
1360, and 1360 is what account?
Yeah, when you sign up for it, you know.
Yeah, I'll try to let you know before I do it.
Yeah, 'cause I don't wanna go out,
You left.
20 years back. or
did?
something like that.
Depending on how much it is.
You want to add back that one
What is your
too?
position, a board member?
When it rains and it gets all hot and full
It's
of
like
It's the
3,000.
mowing.
Well, it wasn't awful hot.
Yeah, so it'd be 3% of whatever, so let's say it was.
Oh, we had the number for 54 years.
Yeah, so,
10 years, it's 900, 1,000. Yeah, I don't wanna put in money for that, but.
I don't wanna, we're only.
I felt.
Are you?
Is that go in that other folder that,
Well, I'm just gonna withdraw, I'm actually trying to withdraw this January, so I said, well, and I wanted to get out of it, but they said I can't because I'm still employed.
Oh, he's still got that. Okay, thank you.
okay.
They wouldn't let me withdraw.
Ben,
So I wanted to withdraw.
just a quick
but
question.
I don't have much in there.
What budget line do we put the New York labor law posters under?
There's this organization called
That would be like under,
Mechanical
Are we gonna put that under buildings for,
yeah, that would be under.
Yeah, just buildings contractual.
okay,
We had about 20 calls from them.
so it's 1620.2?
I would go with 1620, I mean, it's half of one, you know, but 1620.4.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe, I don't think.
Are you done with that folder? Did people co-sign for you?
That's my stuff,
Oh, where's the?
over there.
Right.
Oh, Ryan's co-signing, okay.
No, there it is.
That's what I lost.
Oh, he wants a cushion one.
Another one?
Oh, that one doesn't have a voucher, does it?
Nope.
Thank you. You know why, Ryan? Because you found these in her bag
I'm
today.
Ben Gasser, I'm your auditor, I believe.
Okay.
Marcy, in the Marcy.
I can see heating them in the wintertime.
Well, look, we charge it to half an hour, to half an hour.
Oh, the kid's gonna have heat, sure, the heat's gonna kill that charging the battery.
It is.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yes, it
I mean,
will be.
it's good in idea, but like, kind of can run a car off a battery.
Electric is, we're not set up for it.
No.
I think they'll ever really, that's what I think. I'm waiting for them to, more of them watch the electric. It's gonna happen.
Look at all the balance.
I know it.
Already.
Yeah.
In Texas. Everybody wants to hug the trees and all that. Yes, it's so bad.
They just don't want it in their backyard.
Sorry, what's your name, sir?
My name is Peter Donahue.
Peter, nice to meet you, Ben Gates, sir.
Yes. Sat next to you, I think, when you first came.
Yeah, I've only been here once. It
Yeah.
takes me a few times to get to know everybody.
Farmers.
I'm good at faces, but names I had trouble with.
Yeah, me too.
You're running the charging machines to do the electric cars. Somebody really, it's not doctors, through.
These are truck tracks, tractors for semis.
Don, this looks excellent. Nice job.
Careful.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, good, you got it. Charlie's here.
Good.
He was still in the shower when I left. Like, see, I'm going. Chickens are in. Bye.
Charlie.
Dinner's on the stove.
I'm not starting the meeting until that camera is removed and he refuses to acknowledge it. So if I have to, I'll just adjourn the meeting.
You gotta pay bills.
Huh?
We gotta pay bills.
Okay, so we'll pay bills and then adjourn the meeting.
And approve minutes.
We have to,
But he was told not to have the
We have-
camera up
I
there.
know.
We have our rules.
Is there any recourse that we can?
All the lawyer told me when I called was, and I really want you to explain how you can have a meeting with one person in an office, that that's fine. It's a private meeting because again, Kate barging at the door and then tapes that we're having a secret meeting.
As long as there's not a quorum present, you're okay.
Exactly, but some people don't understand that fact.
Thank you.
Where's Lon?
He's
On vacation. Went to go see his grandson.
Brought him his book back and I'm not here.
Get lost.
Yeah, but at least you got another end.
Wrong. I put the wrong clause.
We're gonna fix that. I think, I need to have Larry sign this.
Did you want a copy of our budget this year?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna stay there.
In case you don't.
Johnny had got
I'm going to go in executive session and then it's it, because he's not complying. And that's what the lawyer said. She goes, you're not gonna be able to accomplish anything, she said, but you can just adjourn the meeting if he's not gonna listen.
You have a place for that.
Yeah, I was running very fast.
Oh, really?
Help yourself. Okay. It's terrible. I mean, that's it. Diane, you'll take these back with you, right?
You're not gonna bring them over?
Very good at that.
Thank you.
Yep. There you go.
Thank you.
When did you wanna pick them up?
Thursday or Friday?
I'll text you, I got,
It's probably the 13th.
my daughter's on vacation and
Oh.
I got some other stuff, or, you know, she's home from
Text
school
me.
and I got some other stuff going on, but, it won't be long.
Okay. Yeah, that's what he wants, yeah. So, I mean, we have a policy that we approved, Friday, Tuesday when we met again, back up there, and we just went into the executive session, left. Excuse me. But it's like, he just doesn't listen. So when everybody in the room gets mad at him, we'll take it down. She said this. So if disruptive, that you can't continue the meeting, you can close the meeting to protect law enforcement. So,
That's the only thing.
yeah.
Maybe what you should do
Is your mom probably doing?
We can't hear you.
Well, when I'm open to public meeting.
This is a public gathering, it is a quorum, and that might be nice to pick this up.
Don, we're not moving it to the meeting yet. And we're not having a meeting as long as that camera's up there. I'm going to end up adjourning the meeting. Just to let everyone know, we will not have a meeting as long as that camera's not taken down. We passed this policy months ago and we've been told multiple times.
So you guys can violate the policy when you move the cameras unsupervised, which is highlighted in this section. And it's also open to a $500 fine by New York State for every violation that you guys do. And it was moved by 2 of your board
We moved the cameras
members.
because they were unattended.
There,
And we
it
didn't want
says
to
right
have
in
to
here,
them.
in your own agenda, in your new ordinance, it says it can be unsupervised. So you explained it to me. It's your own ball.
But it's one, not three.
Right, this one, yeah. But it doesn't matter because at 7 o'clock, if that camera's not down, we're gonna adjourn the meeting. So people will come here for no reason.
You can't just put cameras in.
It's right for constitutional.
And that camera over there is not manned, that can't be there. I mean, you said one camera per person. I see 4 cameras unattended here.
And the town doesn't have to pay for the fines that the board members are gonna get.
Otherwise, he's got 4 cameras here unattended
I got
with one
emails from New
camera.
York State that say they need to
No,
address.
1, 2, 3 are unattended.
She's got one at 6, Carol's got one.
She's tending to her camera, Don.
They're supposed to be in the back of the room.
I know.
She's not like super excited about it.
Make an ordinance and then follow around ordinance.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, right here.
My vote is no cameras in front of
Thank you.
No cameras in front of those 2 cars.
I don't know where he gets the fact that he can post them, put them anywhere he wants, that's the only
I
thing.
know. No, you came up with rules,
We
it
can
says.
have rules.
Yeah. And that's what the lawyer said too, when I called on Friday. And she said if he doesn't comply, you can just adjourn the meeting or call law enforcement.
He's in the wrong.
Update the policy. Unfortunately, continue the meeting.
Say what?
Update the policy. If he refuses, call
Right.
the cops. and
Right.
Keep the meeting going.
Right.
Because we're hurting the residents if we adjourn. Might as well before the meeting. Pledge.
Clock is fast if you want.
No, I didn't know if it started.
You got 3 minutes.
Oh, you got 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
Told you that clock is fast.
I was scared, I'm afraid of heights. You're down to the exact minute.
How do I start? I thought I just started that. Oh, wait a minute now. Yes, I got it.
I'll see John from Social Commission.
He always comes in late.
Sometimes.
Did we get a reservation or an invite to the NOCCOG dinner?
No.
I'll send you an email if he
Yeah,
doesn't
because
stop
usually it's
by.
September, October, I'm like,
Well, it's in, it's Woods Valley. Next,
oh, it is?
it's either the 19th or the 26th. I think it's the 26th, so if he's not here tonight, I'll send him an email
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Sounds like, I haven't seen it.
Where's the invite, you know?
Right.
It was just the chair. It wasn't.
Sure.
It was the chair.
We won't be able to have the executive session for the fire department.
No, we can go into executive session, then just recess after that.
We're going to executive session. Right now.
We got to
Open a
do
meeting.
budget.
Open the meeting. Come to executive
So
session.
that is.
You get the keys to the coroner's office.
You have to.
We can go back and down like this.
Well,
What you're discussing.
Yeah, just personnel.
You have to be specific.
This year.
Not in a rush. Just because you used to take it.
Right there.
Seven now?
Almost 1 minute.
1 minute.
It's probably closer to 30 seconds, but you know, it's.
Oh, you got 10 seconds.
Then we're going. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm going to do executive session here for Ben. So I'm going to just change up the agenda a little bit. We're going to do the minutes, and then we're going to do the supervisor's report with Ben here, so Ben can leave after that, and then we're going to go into executive session, okay? So the minutes were passed around by Mary previously, and then Dawn passed around the minutes for the last couple meetings that we had. Any recommendations for changes, any corrections or questions?
I did not have any corrections for September 11th or the 13th. Those are the ones that Mary passed around.
Yep, September 11th. Ryan or Peter?
No, I didn't see anything.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll approve the minutes of September 11th and September 13th.
I'll make the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And September 13th minutes.
I made the motion.
I'm sorry, yep. And you did it for both, Mary?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and approve.
The the September 29th minutes that Dawn passed out. Any corrections or changes? Questions?
The only thing that we might want to change is the paragraph about the highway superintendent's official resignation. The last sentence says the board plans to interview candidates for the highway superintendent's position on October 16th. I don't think we said a date.
We didn't.
Yeah.
There's no date, so
No.
remove that?
Yes, please.
Or you can just say, you know, the board plans to interview potential candidates.
Yeah. Okay.
That was, his,
Oh, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from September 29th?
I'll make the motion with the changes.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
aye.
Only one aye?
Oh, aye.
Okay, no?
Okay, we're not gonna do the warrant yet, we'll do the supervisor's report, so that Ben can talk to us about our report, and then go if he wants to go.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me here again. Diane's asked me to come out and kind of go through our new reporting system that we just purchased from Williamson Law. So I know these are slightly different than the reports you're looking for, and Diane's kind of told me the key reason why, so I'm going to try to show you what the reports do present to you, and then maybe give you some options, or we can discuss some options for the stuff that you don't like. So, I know you guys get these electronically. It does kind of matter what order you print them in, or at least it does to me. So I like to print, you know, the supervisor's report first, followed by the bank reconciliation. This general ledger document, which we can discuss that later. You don't actually have to have this. It's not required. It's kind of extra. And then you have now this is where the printing becomes a little more, involved. I print all the revenue reports in order and then just kind of staple them together. So you got all revenue and then all your expenditures. Same thing. You know, with 4 funds, it's maybe 5 pages, 6 at the most. So it just helps keep things orderly as far as I can tell. Yep. So starting with the supervisor's report, you know, from left to right, you have your A fund, your DA fund, your 2 capital reserves, your fire district, and your lighting district. And then trust and agency is something that, they put in every program, but it's not necessarily used. In fact, I've never worked for a town that did use it. You just run out of your funds. So from left to right, you have your starting balance, which is the ending balance from the previous month. Increases, which would be any deposits that were made, revenue comes in, and you deposit it into the fund that it belongs in. And then decreases is mainly your payroll and your abstract. And then you end with your ending balance. So if you look at the bottom of all funds, so at the end of September, you had a balance in all funds of $1,836,973.61. So first thing I look at when I see that is I go to the bank reconciliation, and I would see that the bottom line on the bank reconciliation is also $1,836,973.61. So that at least tells me that our software program lines up to our manually calculated bank reconciliation. This is just Excel. It's not from the program. So moving on, the next document is, this is just something that I've done over the years for different towns. It's your general ledger detail. It's similar to the supervisor's report. So again, you start with your beginning balance, your, debits, this is accounting, so we call them debits and credits. Debits would be your deposits, and credits, as you can see, is mainly, you have payroll in your A and DA funds. And then from your abstract, you have money coming out of your A, DA, and your lighting district on a monthly basis, or should be practically every month. And then a couple times a year, you hit the fire, the fire district really only has a couple transactions, the tax money goes in and you pay it out to the fire district, and that's pretty much it for the year. What I've discussed with other boards, and they've kind of liked about this document, is that it gives you the balancing to the bank statement on one page. But again, this is not something you have to have. If you're getting too many documents, this might be one you get rid of. You don't have to have this. So, if I guess I'm kind of asking if you like it, I'll continue to do it for the next few months.
This one I like because it's a simple overview and I can see the different.
Yeah, most people do. But I'm trying to maybe you're getting too many documents. You know what I mean? So everybody likes it, we'll keep it in there then? Keep it. All right. So then, next thing, I don't know, I like revenue more than expense myself, so. Next document is your revenue, and again, I printed them in order, so I got my A fund, my DA fund, the fire district, and the lighting district. So, we'll just kind of go through, this will be really quick actually. Your A fund, obviously, we're in October, where these books are closed through September, you've collected your property taxes. Next is your interest and penalty on your property taxes, which $1,300 was budgeted. This normally comes from your tax collector after everything else is paid out. I haven't seen where we had anything this year, and this is my first year here, so I don't know if that's regular, the normal way, or
No, last year she had stuff, but this year,
everybody paid on time?
because I didn't get anything late. I mean, I can verify that with her.
Okay, it just seems a little odd, I've never
Right,
seen
I
one
agree.
without it, but I don't think $1,300 is probably a ridiculous amount to have budgeted, so I'd say that's pretty good. Your non-property tax items, basically this is your sales tax, and are you guys involved with the United Indian Nation revenue sharing? Okay.
No, they don't give us anything.
Well, we get it from the county, or
Oh, yeah, no, we get
other
nothing.
places I work, we get it, okay. So this is for you as your sales tax. So with one check to go, I already looked, so your DA fund has already been satisfied for sales tax, so you're gonna get a pretty nice little check in there. You'll be over budget, I would say probably $150,000 in revenue from sales tax. And then your franchises is, that's the money you get quarterly from, I think it's Charter Communications for your local cable. Next is your clerk's fees. You budgeted $600, you're already over budget in that. That's, dog licenses, marriage permits, that kind of, death certificates, that kind of thing. Interest and earnings, Diane and I have discussed this a little bit. We need to have some discussion with the bank so that we start making a little bit more interest on the funds that we have deposited there. Rental of real property, I seem to remember a receipt where you rented your park for a day or something like that, so you have some income there. I wouldn't budget for that either. You didn't budget anything last year. So then you have licenses and permits. So, games of chance, dog licenses, I guess that wouldn't be in your clerk's fees then. Building permits and other permits. So, you've done pretty well on that this year. You're $170 over budget. Fines and forfeitures, that's basically the difference between what your court takes in and what you pay out to the county. Or is that the state?
The controller,
county?
yeah.
Yeah, the state.
They give and then they take.
Take it away.
Right.
It's true. Except supper a little bit.
And then refunds of prior year's expenses, you had some money come back. And then other, or unclassified revenues is, insurance, sometimes you get insurance recovery, whatever happens to get in there for the year. So then you have your state aid. So that first line is your revenue sharing. That $15,721, I would recommend you budget that as revenue for next year. I've looked over the last 2 years. That's the amount you get from the state every year. It's called AIM.
Right.
I can't tell you what that stands for, but it's called AIM. Your mortgage tax, I think you've budgeted this pretty conservatively. It looks like a great number to me. You're a little over. You know, with mortgage rates going up and everything, that could increase because the more people borrow, the more taxes they pay and the more it trickles down. But I would think that activity is gonna be slowing down. So if you would go with the 40 grand again this year, I think you'd probably be all right. So that ends your revenues for your A fund, which is the biggest one, so I'm almost done. So moving on, next page is your DA revenues.
Did I print that one out? Because I don't see it. Do you guys have the DA revenues?
I don't have it.
Oh, right here.
I think this is it.
Yeah, no, that's not, yep.
Okay, so yeah, it just says, you know,
Maybe I
Town of
missed.
Western Highway Fund detail of revenues. So again, you've collected your property taxes. Your sales tax, I don't know, when I first got into this line of work, I was told that you want to fund your, you know, everything but your general, you fund the general fund last. So in your case, sales tax is split between your general fund and your highway department. So your highway department has been paid in full for their sales tax for the year based on the budget. And then while we're here, in regard to that, any excess sales tax, I always put in the A fund. Is that what you guys do here?
Yeah, because you can't move it out of the DA.
You're not supposed to, but.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So intergovernmental charges, that's your snow removal and, you know, roadside ditching, cutting the grass, stuff for the county. Again, we've already kind of discussed the interest and earnings. You had quite a bit of sale of scrap this year. I think that $1,500 is probably a good budget figure. I'm not sure exactly what you got rid of, but you did well on that this year. And then you have insurance recoveries, which is common in your DA, in your highway fund. And then you have your other unclassified revenues, which I believe was, I'm trying to think of what that was. Had to do with like storm damage or something like that. It was something I hadn't really seen before that you had going on here.
Not FEMA, what was that?
No, I actually, now that you say that, I think it was some FEMA money.
Yeah, we had FEMA money come in for the culverts that were fixed.
Okay, and that could be why you're over budgeting some of your expenses in your DA fund, because we recorded this as revenue as opposed to offsetting some of your expenses.
Right.
So, and then the only thing you really got left to collect in the DA fund is your CHIPS money for the year, which I'm sure you'll get your 150 grand, hopefully a little more. Next one would be your fire protection district. Now folks, this one, you know, I did read your state controller's audit, and I am supposed to give you this report every month, but pretty much after January, property taxes are paid in full in your fire district, and then by, I'm gonna say March, you've paid the money out. You know, this is one of those deals where, you know, we can always print it at any time, but if you don't want this page after the, you know, if you don't want any fund, it would be this in the lighting district. After the property taxes have been collected, it's not gonna change, you're just gonna see the same exact thing month after month.
Yeah, so I didn't print those out for tonight because it was the same amount as what they got last month.
Okay, so you're already doing that. All right,
Yeah.
well, Diane, I'll continue to send them to you, and
Okay.
you can distribute them
Okay.
as everybody wants to. So obviously it says, you know, we're through September here, you collected your property taxes. Same thing with your lighting district. So that covers your revenues. Expenditures, with this, we'll start across the top of the document. You have your modified budget, which is, you know, it's your budget plus or minus any adjustments that have been made. The amount expended year to date. We're not really using encumbrances, and I've never worked any place that does. That's kind of higher, you know, larger government stuff. So then you have your unencumbered balance and your percentage remaining. So the legislative board is a pretty easy one to give an example on, so I will. So you guys get paid twice a year. You've been paid once, so there's 50% left in the budget. Makes perfect sense, right? So if you continue with that methodology down the document, You know, I'm not surprised to see that you haven't spent much in your contractual expense for your board. That's not unusual. Your court personal services, now they get paid quarterly, so they got 23.7% left in the budget. Makes pretty good sense to me, you know, that 1.3%, I'd have to look into that, to be honest with you. Municipal court equipment, they must have been planning on buying something, maybe they haven't done it yet, nothing's been spent there yet. Your municipal court contractual, Diane, I did notice last month, and I didn't change it, but you've been charging your court mileage and whatever other odds and ends in there, the law contractual.
Okay, usually Cora fills that out.
Okay, well, you've been consistently doing it. If that's where you want it, fine, but, you know, law contractual to me, I believe you're the town attorney, sir?
Yes.
I'm not sure what you have as contractual, but.
Law contractual is anything that's not covered by my contract, litigation mostly.
Gotcha.
And we don't have any litigation this year, so we haven't used any contractual expense. I see that you're showing
$500 or whatever it is.
Yeah, that wasn't mine. That should have been court. It wasn't.
It is, but so Diane, I guess my question, you know, again, being new here, is wherever you want to put that. Personally, I think your court contractual belongs on the court contractual line, but you only had it twice this year, and it's consistently gone to the other line, so I didn't make any changes on it. We can adjust that though, it's not a problem.
So you're saying her mileage and stuff go under?
Yeah, on your voucher, you've been putting it to law, you've only done it twice this year, you've been putting it to law contractual. I would say you should be putting it to the municipal court contractual.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you want, if you make it part of your minutes, I'll make that adjustment.
Okay.
So then again, running down some more, you know, supervisor, again, paid monthly, there's 25% left, been working out pretty well. Supervisor contractual, when I first started here, other towns I've worked for, I've been the bookkeeper and I've fallen under the supervisor. And anything I've spent has fallen under supervisor contractual. And the main thing I had this year, we had to order some checks for the system. So we had that in there. In your August meeting, you made an adjustment to adjust that contractual. So at the same time, I think it was through discussion with Diane, or somehow I figured out that my actual title here is auditor, which is a few lines down. So I made accounting adjustments to move the payroll fees, the check printing fees, and my pay from supervisor down to contractual, and then you guys made a budget adjustment. So you can leave the budget adjustment in there. I don't think it's gonna really cause any harm. But now when you move down to the next lines, you have auditor personal services and auditor contractual that are in the negative. I did submit some budget adjustments, but they haven't gotten back to me yet, and I really can't post them until you have them in the minutes.
Okay.
So when that happens, those negatives will disappear. And then the main part of that $18,000 negative, it was the purchase of the Williamson law system, which was $15,000. And then payroll fees and those checks. So same thing, moving down to your tax collection. Again, that's personal services, they get paid monthly, and there's 24.9% left, so that makes pretty good sense. Your tax collection contractual, I would imagine that's pretty much over with for this year, maybe a little startup towards the end of the year, but you got 37% left, so I think you're in good shape there. Assessment, you know, your personal services, you got 25% left, makes sense. The contractual, I know you were paying quite a bit for your reval. I think that ends at the end of this year.
It's done, it was done in July.
Okay, so it's done then. We got 49% left there, so I think you're good there to the end of the year. Your clerk personal services, you know, it's basically 25%. It looks like, and that's paid monthly, so you're good there. Clerk contractual, you got 55% left, I think you're good there. Law personal services, I think that's paid quarterly. And you got 50% left, so I believe.
No, he gets paid twice a year as well.
Or, okay, twice a
Yeah.
year. Well, you got the 50% left, so it looks like it's
Yeah.
in good order. The law contractual, we've already discussed. Your Board of Assessment review is at 0, so I'd say that worked out well. Your buildings, operation and maintenance, I think you're doing very well with that. You know, you got 25% of the year left, you got 42% of your budget left, so I'd say you're doing well there. Your buildings contractual, I'd have to take a look at that, but I would imagine any construction or other projects are probably pretty much done for the year. So you got 13.5% left there. And then tornado damage, is that gonna be, that's done?
Yeah.
Till the next tornado?
Yeah. So we left it, even in the years that we had the 2021, we left it in the negative. That way, if we could get state funds, we could say, this is what we spent on the tornado.
Okay.
So we want to have its own line.
All right, so we'll
Yep.
leave it there. Everybody knows, I think insurance is going through the roof lately. We need to make a budget adjustment there. Your dues look pretty good, you got 60% left, and then your contingent, I know you've had a couple of items come out of there. Folks, one thing I want to mention to you though is nothing actually is supposed to go into, be charged directly to contingent. When you have a contingency item, generally what's done is you make a budget adjustment, taking it out of the budgeted amount for the contingent, and you put it on the line that you want it to go on. Hasn't exactly been our practice, but for a couple $100, I'm not making a big deal out of it or anything, but technically that is the way.
What came out of contingent?
When we zeroed some accounts last.
Right, and that's what we were supposed to use it for. That, yeah.
It
That's
adjusts the
exactly what-
budget.
yeah.
Should.
We didn't buy anything directly out of the contingent account.
Right, we just used the contingent account to
Okay.
cover
Well, I'll have to look at
some
some-
negatives, like tonight, we'll probably use the contingent account to zero out some of these accounts.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So traffic control, you look pretty good. Again, your personal services for your, dog control is at 25%. He's paid monthly, we're good there. He hasn't bought any equipment. I did submit a budget adjustment for his, contractual. He had a couple items. You had one dog, you had to, I forget what you had to do with it, but you
Yeah, we had to board it.
spent like $500 on it.
Yeah.
I thought we already
Oh,
did
that was the one that was treated at the vet.
Yeah, I thought we
Because
already did that though.
we did. Oh,
You
no,
didn't-
we didn't do a budget
You
adjustment.
didn't do a
right?
budget adjustment.
Well, I
to-
noticed the budget adjustments that we approved at the last meeting were not adjusted on here, so it
Yeah.
must have been overlooked or something.
Yeah, because Ben had asked
I haven't
me
got
for
it.
the
I
minutes
looked
and
at
I
your-
forgot to send
yeah, I
them
looked at
with
your
everything
website
going
just
on.
today. They're not out
Yeah.
yet.
No, so I'll send,
Okay.
unless you want my copy of the minutes. But with everything going on, I
Whatever
just
you
forgot
want.
to send them.
Yeah, no problem. I do try to follow the rules as much as I can, even though it's sometimes not practical. So your safety and inspection contractual, you still have 100% of that left. Your highway and street administration, personal services, that should work out fine. That does include the clerk, and that's why some of these lines are off slightly. I think it has to do with your clerks being paid. So your equipment capital outlay, yeah. Well, it's $100, let's not worry about that. So that all looks good. So folks, if you don't want me to go through the rest of these, they all look pretty good. You can see which ones might need a little adjustment here and there. But I'm just trying to give you an idea how the document flows. So that's basically your A fund. Unless there's any specific line anyone wants to discuss, I don't want to just keep rambling on here.
Well, I had a question about the format.
Sure.
Would it be possible, one thing that would be helpful to us, we have the modified budget column. Could we have a column that says original budget, so that way we can compare? Like at the end of the year, oh, we had adjustments.
Well, Larry, here's the thing. Now, you don't have a whole lot of budget adjustments, for one thing. That is not gonna, unfortunately, that's not gonna be possible. But one thing I can do for you there is, in this Williamson Law program, there's a budget journal. So if I print you the budget journal, it's all the adjustments.
Oh, okay, like at the end of the year maybe.
Sure, anytime you
Oh,
want.
yeah, that's.
Anytime you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just so we can
anytime.
see how, the year unfolded and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Another one that would be helpful, maybe you can't adjust this report, but maybe it could be a separate report. The activity for the month for each line item. And what I mean by that, before our simple report, it was an easy way to tell if the accountant maybe didn't take the money out of the proper line item and stuff like that, so that way we could have that corrected. So if you can't add like a column, what about like a separate report that would show, okay, we had 3 vouchers hit this line item, for $40, $75, and $120. That way we can see, okay, we can look for.
Yeah,
I
I
can't-
think what he's looking at is this percentage remaining, is he's utilizing that as the identifier.
That does give you an idea. What I can do is, again, with this program, I can print for you any of these line item numbers. I can print you the report that'll show you that whole journal for any time period well, it has to be within the year, but it could be, through any month you're looking for.
But then we would have to request that. Just an example, like I happen to notice on this one line item, there was a withdrawal of $250, or it went down $250. But I looked at our warrant, I didn't see anything that was listed for $250, so it just kind of,
Well, it's probably a combination of things. But that's the thing, when you're signing these vouchers, if you want to pull one out, any questions you have, I would say this is the time.
No, it wasn't related to the voucher. When I was just looking at the report, I was just, looking at a few, and it just raised the red flag for me.
Would it help to have the abstracts that he sends me? Would that help if you guys got a copy of that?
Well, that's the other thing. You do have, in fact, I brought my report. See, here's the board. I didn't think you guys want to get too deep in the woods on, the granular stuff.
No, it's just,
but
we're used to from previous accountants.
no, I
having to
see what you're used to seeing.
make sure things were done correctly.
Yeah, well, so here's an example of a disbursements journal. That's your A fund for September.
Oh, this would be perfect, yeah. If we can just get, or if
Yeah,
you get
you can
this
have
copy,
those, that's not a
if you can include that in the packet,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then this is your abstract, which, it does have all the proper legal verbiage on there and everything. I know you use this other one, but this is your final abstract.
Yeah,
I think he's just trying to add the warrant versus the withdrawal.
Right, but
actually, it'd be good if we got both of these in that packet, then we don't have to print them. It's there, that I can glance through it and
Okay.
stuff like that.
that's
Yeah,
not-
just
So you can include those with our
Yeah.
reports? Okay.
Yeah, that will give me what I need.
So you want the, Dan, I think, oh no, I'm not sending it to you electronically. So you want the disbursements journal?
Yeah. Because it's good to include all that in the packet, we don't have to print it off, but at least it's right there, I can look at it and so forth.
It's gonna be similar to what I described with the other reports. You gotta look at it by fund. I can't put, like your DA, so it's gonna be 3 pages.
That's
A,
fine.
DA.
Yeah, that's not much.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll help.
Okay. So if we continue on to the DB fund, it's basically the same story, and I think now we've answered the main questions that everybody had. Again, modified budget, what you've expended, let's not worry about encumbered, there's nothing on there, and you're probably never gonna see anything on there. So then you have your unencumbered balance, and then the percentage remaining. And again, as long as you know the frequency, a lot of these items are personal services lines, anything that ends in a 1, that's just somebody getting paid. So depending on their pay frequency, you can kind of back into what the percentage should be remaining, at any point in time. So I don't think we need to go, we went through the A fund. You guys want to go through any more of this, or?
I know it pretty well, so.
No, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right, so it was more of a formatting thing. And that's it, you know, and again, your fire district is at 0, because you paid them. And your lighting district, you know, with 3 months to go in a year, you got 29.5% of the budget left. You're probably gonna be okay there. I know you guys are gonna discuss the budget a little bit later tonight. Just a couple things I'd like to leave you with.
Okay.
You have this $714 in your fire district. So, you know, I don't think you have it there for any reason. I think it's just been carried over from year to year. I don't think anybody would complain if you made your tax warrant $714.05 less than what you're gonna pay out for the year. And then you'll zero out your fire district budget, be one less thing you have to look at. And then with your lighting district, the $6,200 seems to work well for your lighting district year to year. At the end of September, I noticed one of the copies of the budget that I saw, you were gonna have property taxes of $6,200 and a budget of $6,200 again. I think you could probably back off on the tax side of it $1,000 or $2,000, because I don't think you're gonna end the year at probably $7,000 in there, which is probably enough to cover almost a whole other year. These are just suggestions, folks. You don't have to, you know.
So you're saying amounts to be raised in taxes where it says 62, you're saying that we could get away with 52?
Yeah, maybe even 42. Go with 52. I mean, it's a reduction one way or the other. Because one thing I do know, you're only supposed to, you know, let's not worry about the fire district, but you're only supposed to have so much reserve in these funds. Roughly 10 to 15% is a good gauge. So, you know, on a $6,000 item, if you had $3,000 left at the end of the year, you're a little high on the reserves for that fund. Not saying it's a bad thing, but the controller's office doesn't particularly care for it. So, so unless you guys, I think we've accomplished a lot tonight, actually. I hope you'll learn to like these reports a little better than you have. You know, maybe from time to time I'll throw a different one at you just to see if you like it or not, but, you know, I'm available and I will keep these, you know, I'll get these other items, the disbursements and the abstract will be part of the package going forward. And, you know, I'm available if you guys need anything.
Business card? Or?
No, that I don't have, but I can give you my phone number. It's 315-956-0020.
Okay.
All right. So unless you guys have any other questions for me.
Very
I'll
good.
copy my minutes
Nice of you.
for the budget adjustments.
Oh.
Thanks.
All right, so these are last month's?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, I'll leave you to your meeting.
Thank you. Any more questions from Ben?
No. Thank you.
Okay, do we want to look at some budget adjustments to the supervisor's report before we go into executive session?
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta deal with those accounts that are negative.
Dan, I'll get a hold of you and tell you when the checks are ready.
Okay,
All
thanks.
right, take it
Just
easy.
a suggestion before Ben leaves though. I think there was like 4 budget transfers in that minutes that we didn't do last
Right.
month. Would it be better if we hold off on those and we could redo what needs to get done?
What's
Because-
easier for you?
Because part of
You know,
that,
while we're talking about that, or I'm not sure budget officer, I understand that, and I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but, I think it makes, you know, at least in the other towns I work at, it makes it easier. I usually just submit budget adjustments, and then if you just approve what I submit, you put it in your minutes, and you say, budget adjustments approved as written, or something to that effect. And then you just shoot it back to me and I make the entries and we're done.
I'm sorry to say I'm not real fond of that.
Okay.
And the only reason why I say that is because I like to see an opportunity. I just want to make sure that there's no chance that I'm overlooking something. So if something needs to be fixed, You know, it's.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to step on anybody's
All I'm
toes, I'm
saying
trying to make it
is, with the
easy.
past that we've had with other accountants, it hasn't been pristine. So, and I'm not stepping, you know, what, like you're saying, but I like the opportunity to see it and then make the decision to fix it.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So, do you want just
But I just
disregard
want-
those minutes and then we'll just do budget adjustments tonight and then,
Cover everything?
yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I think
Okay.
there's a couple of lines that we were going to adjust last month. They actually went more into the negative, so we
Yeah.
would be one on top of the other and we'd have to unravel it.
perfect,
So to
okay.
speak.
So
All right,
just
so I'm gonna ignore
disregard.
the September one.
Yes.
All right.
Thank
Folks,
you.
have a nice evening.
Thank you, be
Thank
careful
you.
driving, watch out for deer. Okay. Okay, so budget adjustments. So the first one to look at is the A1320.1.
Yes. Now, that's where he's pulling his salary out of, correct? So even if we put in 42 now, it's gonna be.
It's gonna go back into the negative, right?
Yeah. So do you know how much we need for the rest of the year on that?
I would say probably, let's see,
What was his salary?
he's got, well, right now it's, his salary is 17,
All right, so just deduct that.
but this is 9,000 right now. Because he didn't come on board till March, remember?
Right, yeah. Well, why don't we do 6,
Okay,
and then at the end of the year, we'll make an adjustment.
okay. So you want to take that from the contingent account?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you spell that out for Dawn so she has it?
The contingent account?
What's the number?
It is A 1990.4.
Say it again.
A 1990.4.
Okay. You're taking 6 from it?
Yep,
Yes.
for that line item. And then we go down to 1320.4. 22,850.68. Do you want to take that out of contingent?
No, it's 18,650.
Okay.
We were gonna take that out of, the money from the assessment contractual, because we're not gonna
Okay.
have anything more coming
Right.
out of there, so it's,
So the A 1355.4? There's not enough money.
there's 1355.4.
Right, there's 19,000, oh, yeah, sorry,
Yep.
you're right, yep. Okay, so it's A 1355.4,
I'm sorry, one more time.
A 1355.4,
Yes, okay.
We're taking out, did you get the dollar amount?
18,650,
18,000. Okay.
Okay.
and then the A 1910.4,
I just take it out of the contingent.
Contingency.
okay?
Stuff we
A
got now.
1990.4, and we're gonna just zero, right? We're gonna go do $3,412.25?
Yes.
Okay,
I need that amount again, I didn't, I was.
13,000, or I'm sorry.
So sorry.
$3,412.25.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then the A 3510.4
Yep.
from contingent,
Yes.
A 1990.4. And the amount was $420.09. And then that looks good for general fund. So we go to highway.
I forgot to ask them, on 7410.4, that's for the library.
Yep.
We've already made him 2 payments, but he hasn't taken any money out of that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
Yes.
can you ask him?
Yep, I will. Okay. DA 5112.2.
I missed it, say it again.
DA 5112.2.
Okay.
When does the payroll switch over to the winter?
She put in the payroll today, October, but with this pay period that they're getting paid for on Thursday.
Yeah.
Out of winter.
Okay, so the stuff under maintenance of roads and stuff, that's what's left over, and we're not gonna be taking any more out of there, correct?
I would say that's correct. Is that where you wanna take it from?
But the stuff that she has on this warrants, was there any other material on any of the warrants?
Do I have the folders?
Larry's got-
Oh, Ben took them.
Oh.
Okay, the warrants. Oh, right here. Okay, what's the account number?
5110.1 and .4.
Yep, so I've got $150 for 5110.1. And I have the cell phones for 5110.1.
Yeah, but it's only
Yeah.
$200.
Right.
Yeah. Well, what if we took, say 30, because we gotta get 44,000. What if we took 30,000 out of 5110.1 and the remainder out of 5110.4? That leaves you a buffer if there's more money. How's that?
Everybody agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah, what was
Okay,
the amount that you were
so
taking
I'm going
out?
through it right now
Okay,
for you.
thank you.
You're welcome. So DA 5110.1,
Yes,
$30,000.
okay,
And then out of DA 5110.4,
yes,
$14,580.14.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then that zeroes everything out, right? We're all good?
Yep.
Okay. Do I have a motion to transfer the money as stated?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to accept this, the supervisory report?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. You wanna go into executive session?
These budget transfers are getting easier,
Yes, they are. Yes, they
a lot
are.
easier.
I'm inviting Charlie into executive session.
And what's the session for?
It is for union contract, a highway superintendent position, and the town, and the deputy town clerk position.
Look,
Okay?
you got my,
We're gonna go to executive session.
yep, for the fire department. About the use,
Oh, okay, it's,
I wouldn't bring. That should be the contract for the fire company.
right, okay, and I'm inviting Mike Anania to discuss the contract with the fire company. Okay?
That's stolen.
New season, new face, same reason, some change, but you act just the same to ruin too. I come home to you once in a blue
So I did have to add Don because I didn't have him on the original one. So, I don't think, oh yeah, that's right. So without Don though, I gotta redo the amounts because it was $5,526.49. That's before the Don bills of $6,000. So it's roughly about $12,000. Highway fund is $56,549.03 for a total expenditure without Don's of $62,075.52. Any questions? Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make that motion. Go ahead.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye. Changes, if any.
Okay, Highway Superintendent's report, so she sent a report over for tonight's meeting. Oh, give me that one. I'll send this over to you in a second. Okay, so she's got Highway Department report for October, 2011 Freightliner truck number 7 needs a radiator at the sum of $2,200. Finishing hauling and sand approximately 4,500 yards. In all, will be purchased from Schellenberg's Pit. Need to purchase new rear tires for trucks number 19, 2019 Western Star and number 20, 2018 Western Stars. They are on state contract price for the sum of $9,700 for 16 tires. Doing some preventive maintenance tree work and getting prepared for the winter months. She also sent over legal notice for seasonal limited use highways. The following town of Western highways will be designated as seasonal limited use highways. The portion of said highways that are designated as seasonal limited use will be appropriately posted after November 1st. The town of Western will temporarily discontinue snow and ice removal as well as maintenance on the following roads from December 1 to April 1st, 2024. All of Tannery Road North, Schellenberg Road, Waffle Road, portions of Park Road, and Whaley Road.
I thought Waffle Road was a discontinued road, but
I don't remember.
yeah. Look,
I don't even think it was on that report we got from the county, was it?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So are you good with us? Because don't have to put it in for the Sentinel.
they have to make sure signage is up there too.
Yeah, she's put down the signs going to be posted.
Okay,
Okay. So I have a motion to accept the highway superintendent's report.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so for correspondence, I have Williamson Law, 5% increase in 2024 for annual supports. I don't know if they charge us for annual support. I've got Dear Ryan Tebow. The New York State Deferred Compensation Plan is a state-sponsored voluntary retirement savings plan offered to state employees and employees of over 2,100 local government jurisdictions that chose to adopt the plan. And it talks about participating for our employees. I don't know if you guys wanted me to respond to them or no.
Oh, not for me.
Right, but what I was thinking about the highway guys.
Well, they should have their own.
Yeah, because it says, I'm writing to you because Town of Western is eligible to be participating employer on the New York State Deferred Compensation Plan as of December 31st, 2022. 449 school districts, 709 towns, 388 villages, 140 libraries, and 113 fire districts participate in the plan and offer the state plan as a benefit to its employees. The state plan is offered at no employer cost, requires limited employer involvement, and has no minimum participation requirements. In addition, the state plan may provide an excellent supplement to the benefits provided to your employees through the New York State retirement system.
Well, if it's a supplement and it's not gonna cost, why not?
Okay, so I'll contact them and get more
Sounds too good to
information.
be true to me.
No, with deferred, the way deferred comp works is it's a deduction from your pay.
Right,
It's
Right.
it's like putting money into an IRA or
It's like
401k.
401k.
It's like
We
a
don't pay
401k.
Right.
And
Did we do?
none of our highway workers have, if any of our highway workers requested that we participate in the program, then I'd say fine. But I don't know that any of them want to participate in the program. They've never asked us.
right, so do I get information and forward it to them and see if they want to participate at their
Exactly.
cost? Right, that's what I was gonna
Exactly.
do, yep.
Let's not say we're gonna participate in the program.
No, I'm not saying
Nobody in
that.
the.
I'm gonna get more
none of them are
information to
interested.
pass out, right, okay. September 6th encloses dog control officer inspection report completed on 8/23/20 8/23/23, I read that wrong for a second. And once again, we're satisfactory in all areas, and we've always been satisfactory since getting Jerry, so I'm happy with that. Your contribution as participant of the United County Self-Insurance Plan for the year 2024 is $40,102. So we just gotta check our budget, draft budget for that. Let's see. Just from the finance office that they want our 2024 budget as soon as we have it finalized. Time Warner adjusted franchise fee, Town General $16.10. Town General $57.05. Assessor software $1,000.
That's something automatic from the county, I never see it, it's just something they charge.
Are you sharing that again between us and Ava?
Can't share, it's gotta be per town. That question was
Oh,
raised
okay.
last year. Mary asked me that and I looked into it, it's per town.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. City of Rome water rate. Do we do any City of Rome water? Yes, I don't know why I got that. And Department of Finance, I already told you about. That's all I got for correspondence. Okay, Tug Hill Commission. Hello.
Hi, Diane, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I know you're in a state of flux. The announcements are brief.
Okay.
So the most important one is the 39th annual NOCCOG dinner, which is going to be at Woods Valley on October 26th. So no excuses on too far a drive.
October 26th, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you haven't made arrangements already, you can call John Hill and he'll take care of it for you.
Okay.
And
what's the cost?
The cost is, I thought I had that here somewhere. I think it's $30, but I'm not sure.
I think that's what it was last year.
It sounds like.
Yeah, with cash bar. And in your announcements that, do you still get these?
I haven't seen that in a while.
No.
You haven't seen it in a while. All right, I'm gonna make sure.
Okay.
Dawn will be receiving those, and the email's the same?
Yes, no, Dawn will have her own email, so.
I'm using Mary's, aren't I?
No,
Didn't you set me up?
you're not using, Mary used her AOL account.
Right.
Oh,
You were
that's
gonna use your
right.
Gmail
So why don't you,
account.
we
So
just
he'll
give him
just
that
need
other
your-
one that
Yep.
you gave me, give him that one and he can send it to
That's your
Diane.
email.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's mine? Thank you. Now.
Aren't you lucky? If you want to write that down for me, and I'll take it and share it with John and make sure you get that every month.
Thank you.
Because when you get that on the computer, it says here, you click on the different things for reservations, so on and so forth. So.
Okay, great.
And Larry, you're painfully familiar with that by now, aren't you?
Yep.
And Larry was just asking about that dinner tonight, so that was perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, that John can take care of that for you, and I will get that email sent in first thing tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Secondly, the state and federal funding, a municipal infrastructure roundtable discussion, November 9th. Syracuse University, Tug Hill Commission, Lewis County, and the RTebow governments are partnering to present a roundtable discussion regarding funding opportunities for safe and clean water management and other possible community investments. It doesn't have to be water. From state and federal agencies. It's Thursday, November 9th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Howard Sackett Technical Center, State Route 12, Glenfield. And there's no charge to attend, but registration is required. Lunch will be provided. Individual consultants with funders will be available to address specific project funding questions and needs. Additionally, attendees get a first look at new quick guide for town boards on special district formation, developed in partnership with the Tug Hill. And lastly, solar installation in agricultural areas. There's a webinar series. It's a collaboration between Cornell Cooperative Extension and Farm Bureaus of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. And it's a 5-part series, and it's a full-page announcement here. There's 5 sessions, all the contact information, registration, and information you need to attend are on that. So I will try and get this sent to you.
Okay.
Sometime this week.
Okay.
From Gwen.
Okay, great.
And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, old business, library grant, Jamie.
We actually got some good news about the one we just applied for. It's preliminary because the final review is still being done by the state, but there were libraries that dropped out and other libraries that reduced their expense or reduced their project, so we're getting 75%.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
It is awesome. We also had a great response to our Mohawk Valley Gives.
I saw
put
that.
the poster out here on the bulletin board.
Okay.
We're doing an election day takeout event. It's gonna be chili and rice again.
Will that be at the library or here?
It's gonna be at the library
Okay.
because there's not enough space here.
Yep.
Mary Jo got rid of all the old posts and whatever was piled up there from the old enclosure around the propane tank. But she's asking if there's some way we can get the enclosure put up around the air conditioning unit that wasn't put back. I'm not sure who would do that. It must have been taken out when they were grading it, when they buried the tank. But it's like an angular fencing unit, the cement's still hanging off the post.
Yeah, it's like a chain link fence around it.
There's a chain link fence around it right now?
No. It was like a chain link fence going around the unit, and they must have done
But now
that
it's
back.
gone.
Well,
No, it's sitting there, it just needs to be
just
put
needs-
back in place.
Oh.
So maybe
And I don't know who-
Len could coordinate with someone.
Yeah, I'll
to
ask
get a
Len, 'cause he
contractor.
said
When he gets back, I'll work with him too.
Okay.
Oh, great, thanks, Peter.
And then she's asking about what the next steps are for the remaining wood and tree cleanup in back of the library.
Is that the tree cleanup that Don was doing?
Yes.
I don't know. Don, you got an update for her?
Yes, we'll try to get in there to get the trees off of the grassy area in the front there before the snow flies here, so.
Okay, I heard we're getting snow this week.
Don't say that word.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So town hall project, I have no update on that, but FEMA I do. So I think right now we just need to put the town hall project to bed for a little bit. So FEMA sent me official notification that Hillside Bridge was denied.
Oh, wow.
So I called Matt and I said, do we have rights to appeal? And he said, yes. He said there's 3 levels of appeal. So the 3rd level is congressional because I said I will contact Brandon Williams because I already contacted Brandon Williams to even get an answer from him. So he said that they have never had to go to the 3rd level. They usually get it approved in 2 levels. So I said to him, this has been 2 years. Can we repair the bridge, bond to repair the bridge, and then get reimbursed by FEMA? And he said, yes, that you can do that. He said, but you have to make sure you go in the steps that you need to, like put out to bid, go, do all our normal stuff as far as bonding this. But this bridge, from what we've been told, is gonna cost $3 million. So we're talking about bonding $3 million.
2 more dead-end roads in Western. Well, the problem is, the bridges that they have, the county bridges, were really narrow. It is narrow. I don't know why they made it so narrow.
Right.
It would be a different story, so you could get bigger equipment across, or you can't.
Yep. So, right now, I think that that's our priority, is to get that moving. So, but the thing is, I don't have even the engineer stuff that Brian did at Delta Engineering before he left.
Well, why wouldn't you just leave it, have it left there? Where would it go?
I don't know, I'm gonna ask Matt if he has a copy of it.
Yeah, I mean.
Because we have to take the next steps. The next steps would be, so he's already surveyed it and done a report on it. So we have to look at that so we can see what exactly needs to be done to put it out to bid.
Yeah.
In the interim, can you call Brandon Williams and start twisting his arm to get it going through those 3 steps?
Well, Matt advised that I wait until the 3rd step. He said usually they have luck with the first 2, so, because I said to him, do I call Brandon right now? And he said, no, wait until we get to the first 2. He said, I've never had us have to go to the 3rd step.
Okay.
And I said, well, if we have to, then I'm calling Brandon.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a you know, I know it's not the most beautiful thing, but it's holding up.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we need that bridge fixed.
Yeah, so, okay, so I'll just need some guidance on all that.
My concern is that they will ultimately deny it if you don't follow the FEMA standards for the contract.
Right.
I'm sure they're gonna have to be, you know, the contract is gonna have to provide for, you know, probably a federal pay scale and for the you know.
We'd have to go for a certain pay scale anyways, right?
But I'm just saying, it's probably all, we've gotta make sure that whatever we do would otherwise comply with the FEMA requirements, and not just state requirements.
Right. Yeah. Because who was the guy that you're working with from FEMA?
Matt.
Matt. So Matt could give us those guidelines.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so I'll ask him for those guidelines. And then we can, start working on that as soon as I get those guidelines.
Sure.
Okay.
But I know what Charlie's saying, hey, we got a bridge, now they can back away.
Exactly, that's what I was afraid of too. Yeah. So, any questions?
No.
Okay. Town Hall Annex, so the Town Hall Annex, so the insurance company, I called, because Kevin never responded, so I called another woman, I can't even think of what her name is now, but she responded to Len and I and said that we have a check coming. So we're just watching for that, I haven't seen it yet.
How long ago was that?
Let's see. Oops. I want to say last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't see it right now because I thought her name was Karen, but.
Yeah, when I talked to Len, he said that it was last week, but they said the check was in the mail.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah. Now, he also said that we are gonna also get an additional 15,000 for the trees and the fence, but you're gonna be getting a document you gotta sign off on.
Yes, yep.
And once you do
Just like
that-
I did for the other one.
Yes. Once you sign off on that, they'll cut you another check for
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's for the library? That's.
Yeah,
Yes.
so, yep.
That guy never called me back.
No? Because you
Never.
called him right in front of me and I was wondering if you had, because I've said, call me when he calls you and you never did, so.
Never called me back.
Yeah, never responded to my email either. No, but this woman, so somehow she got, oh no, I called her, I looked up her number and I called, because I just went, I'm going to the top, and she got back to us, so. Okay, did I miss anything on old business? New business, the approval of the union contract, so we need to ratify the union contract.
Mhm.
Somebody
Just need a
want-
Motion, just a motion?
Yep,
Okay.
motion.
I'll make that
Ratify.
motion to ratify the union contract.
And I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Deputy clerk appointment, so as you know, we did appoint Dawn as town clerk and deputy town clerk appointment. The recommendation is to appoint Melissa Rowland, who has accepted that appointment.
Okay, good. I'll make that motion.
Is anybody else making motions tonight?
Pete, you wanna make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
See, I kept chatting.
Yeah, about that. Yes,
And she's anxious to get started. Thank you, Missy.
Good.
One more thing, that, for the records room downstairs.
I have that on my agenda.
Okay, I don't have it here,
Yeah.
so I didn't know if you were gonna catch it or not.
Yes. So, the records room, there was a complaint that it's musty down there. So we have the dehumidifier, but it's not in the records room, so we need some air purifier or something. They want something that's like what we have for the library in the records room.
They had at one point there was an ion air purification system, so it was a little thing. It's not in there?
No, we're down there, there's a heater that's apart down there, and there's just a box fan going, and it's moldy.
Yeah, well, they'll have to get.
Well, you have the court records and town records down there.
Yeah.
What about dehumidifier?
We
That
need
would
that
be
too,
part
but
of the-
like I said, but there's, in that records room, there was 2 dehumidifiers in the basement. There was one over by the records room, and then one by the Historical Society stuff. And there's a box fan down there running.
Right, so that's what Cora said, there's a fan down there, but the door is shut and all that, so she said that we really need to have an air purifier or something in the records
Yeah,
room.
we did.
Yeah.
Because we did install a plug outlet just for that.
Right. So do we remember what we spent on the other air purifier, the one for the library? Or do you remember, Jamie, what that one cost?
I'd have to look it up.
The filters were $300 or $400, so.
Yeah, that's a small room. I mean, it's.
Yeah. You
It's
could probably
not-
get a smaller one.
So what kind of price range do you want to stick with or whatever?
I don't know what that costs.
I don't either.
Is it
And I really don't want to wait till the next meeting to say,
No, because if it's that bad.
right.
No, it is. I don't know what they, would you go $2,000 and then hope it's less?
Well, you can probably get one a little smaller than what you have at the library. So let's approve up to 2,000, and then when you're talking to the company, it'll probably be a lot less than 2,000, but
Okay,
to be safe.
okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I'll make that motion to authorize you to spend up to 2,000.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then the draft 2024 budget, so I handed out the draft budget. Ben recommended that we raise that one to 15,000. So I don't know if you guys want to do that, and to lower the 6,200.
The thing is with that, we generally, it's toward the end of this season, is when we start using all the electricity, streetlights and stuff. So that's why I don't understand why he's saying that. It's now is when the bills start piling up because it's longer darkness.
So we can leave it if we, oh, right here, we can leave it if we want.
I get what he's saying, but the summertime, all that stuff doesn't generally kick on for
Right.
many less hours, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
we'll just tell him we want to see
Yeah.
what would happen for the rest of the year. But then for the AIM funding, he thought that we should budget that $15,721. Which is A 3001.
I would tend to leave that as we have it. If we get more money, that's better for us. But that's
What's
just,
everyone else
that's
think?
just a thought.
Yeah, it's not hurting it right now the way it is. I mean, he just doesn't like looking at it.
Right, I know. Okay, so other recommendations as far as changes, otherwise we will use this for draft at the November 9th meeting.
I think it's a very good budget. You might want to
I agree.
mention also to like the audience that what we did was for the property taxes for the general fund, we're actually going down $93. So there is no increase in money that we're spending for the general fund.
Right.
And also for the highway fund, I think we dropped down another $43. So it did not go up,
Right.
the money that we're collecting on taxes for the highway.
And then we zeroed out 2022 and 2023 on the bottom because it wasn't apples to apples, so.
Oh yeah, if you're looking at the summary page.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So is this good to present at the November meeting? Because we'll have a public hearing at 6:30.
Yeah, I think it's, I mean,
I'm
I just need a little time just to kind of, if there's something, I'll make sure it's.
Okay. Okay, so do I have a motion to recess until executive session next week, where we're gonna,
Well, we gotta make a motion to accept the tentative budget.
Oh, sorry.
so that-
sorry. Do I have a motion to accept the draft?
I'll make that motion that we.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now do I have a motion to recess to executive session next Tuesday for interviews of our applicants for highway superintendent?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, and do you wanna do,
I'll second it.
okay, do you wanna do 6:30, 7?
Either or is good for me.
I think 6 o'clock would
I
be a better
agree.
time.
And just technically, you have to go into open session.
Right.
And immediately
Yeah,
go
that's what
into
we do.
executive session.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yep.
Not directly to executive
Yeah,
session.
you might wanna explain that to the audience, what we're doing.
Yeah, so we're gonna recess tonight's meeting to come in on Tuesday, I'll open up the meeting, we'll go into executive session. We're gonna conduct interviews. After executive session, we're gonna come out and we're going to adjourn until November meeting.
Tomorrow Tuesday or next?
Nope, next Tuesday,
And it's 6 PM or 6:30?
6 PM
And when are we gonna get the budget to review?
at the November meeting. Are you putting on the website?
It's not
It's
passed
up to you.
tonight.
You're the financial officer.
We just pass it until it goes to the public hearing.
Right. Yep. Okay, so do I have a motion to recess?
I already made the motion.
Okay, and Peter
I'll second.
seconded. All in favor? Okay, have a good night.
Okay, look, I sent you all those papers, somebody's got to write on it. I didn't give them all the papers, I said, I guess I should go. She took it. She took it. This is, listen, you took one of my papers, I don't know. I go to these minutes, it's gonna be a nice. Okay. I want to do this other thing.
Oh, okay. You did?
Yes, I am. Yep. So I'll contact each of them.
Hey, thank you.
You think half hour?
I missed something.
6:30, 7:30.
You just said something weird. Go back to your seat.
Me too, I've been like, oh no, I'm sitting on my list.
I can't help it.
State revenue sharing. We're gonna leave it alone.
Map their property.
No, that's,
Yeah, no.
And the county had mapped it off about 200 feet, so that their house is here, and another person, they own.
Yes.
Because nobody wants to tell you.
They split it up, and are we fine? Because the house is on the wrong parcel. So then it's gonna get added to the other one, it's gonna be a water.
I see what you're saying.
You know,
But they're seeing the house now.
Yeah, I bet you have a vision.
It might be, well, depends on.
Diane, show you how to do that. Diane. I need you to make an appointment with the special. I need you to make an appointment with the special.
Oh, okay, okay. And I'm gonna write a last one.
The one that we approved, so like a few minutes.
So you want me to call Spectrum directly?
You have to, I can help you.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, we're gonna change
it's gonna post on the website.
Yeah, we gotta change the order. It's still, that's still Rowland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will call.
Now, is that man still here that wants my address, the email?
Oh, sure.
Send him
I will, I'll send it to John.
Oh, this is my stuff.
Utilizing
I was gonna say, I can send it.
Yeah, I know.
Text me today, he goes,
Google Maps.
they stopped moving today.
John did?
No, Joe.
And you show.
Oh, I mean, Joe did?
I go, yes,
They
Joe.
thought the house was being on the wrong parcel. They
That was the first time.
Nobody said anything, and
It was,
he.
I'm recording it real quick on my phone.
Late.
Do you want it real
So
quick?
the house got.
Don's email?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna move.
I don't have an email address for you either. I thought about that last
Mine's
night.
very easy.
Yeah, because Melissa, yeah.
Let me, miss,
What is it? Roland's Melissa.
If I can put it on the
The
website.
liability.
Yahoo.com.
Oh my God, Roland's Melissa, yahoo.com. And I already have it.
I got your phone number.
Yeah.
No, she did get it. I'm sorry.
Okay, write it down, yeah, I will do that.
Because I've got it at two places, because you know.
Yeah, 315-749.
Oh, I was thinking they were Don's.
Is that
I don't know.
Because I don't know what day that woman, she was camping when I talked to her on the phone. And I don't know what day, wasn't home to look at her calendar, but I'm so indisposed this whole week. It's like insane. Yeah. So I said to her, can we do the next week, what she said is better. So she's supposed to call me and tell me what day, and then I can commit to a day here, and then hopefully, okay?
Yeah.
And that, they're just gonna have to show us how they do other stuff.
So,
I know how to certify
are you
things now.
typing this in, or what are you doing?
For review with your project.
So Don is D.
And
Holmes.
you got quite a few.
Lowercase.
Oh, I'm saving this.
What was our field?
The actual house.
And her email is Roland's. Melissa. Where are my notes?
Okay, are you working on it, or do we want to?
It's not dot Melissa, right? It's just Rowland's Melissa?
Because we've got it.
Yeah. At Yahoo.
That may have to come
Right,
down,
yes.
because there's water and
Okay, so-
pressure from spring on the
Oh,
inside.
H-O-L-M-E-S? And you have Dawn's, or no?
Yeah.
Not even
Okay.
worry about it.
So
And
D
so
Holmes,
every spring
8855.
Yeah.
Wait, H-O-L-M-E-S?
Yep.
Okay.
8855 at Gmail.
What's this?
And then eventually,
From where?
she can use the, we can email her from here, but I gotta make it good.
It's a basic.
Well, one thing you can think of too,
An
when you
organization
become
that supports
town clerk, you might want to set up a town clerk email address.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know, just-
that's what I did for supervisor, I just set up a.
It just might make it
And,
easier.
well, the NICOG,
Or you
NOCCOG
could-
actually said, oh my
I'm
gosh.
confused, because if there's already one in there, why can't she just use
So
that?
you're not actually,
And
you're
then,
not actually media.
the one that you
Do you have her cell number?
No, that's what I got, 315, I got that much written down.
Well, there's no email.
Oh, there's no email in that little laptop.
Well, you can access your email account
She
in that laptop.
is
That's how you can access your
749.
Gmail account using that.
589, oh, no, I'm sorry, that's all right, hold on, back
Maybe
up.
why don't you and Melissa discuss it? We could set up a Gmail account for town clerk.
725.
You can start using that.
Okay.
4145.
And it's hers, that's what I'm thinking, why not just have a general one?
725.
You know what I mean? Actually, and I'm not
725?
trying to be fresh or anything, but both people should be looking at it.
Yeah, 4145.
Anyway,
4145.
I gotta be in
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
No, I think it's a good idea. Discuss it. Come up with a,
So, I think that's what we should do, is just do a general town clerk email address. And then it'll just go, both of us can have access to it. And then when I say sayonara, it's all yours.
Right. When you take over office as town clerk, you need to appoint a deputy.
But, yeah, no, if you wanted to say.
I gotta think about that.
well, just think.
I like it.
All this work you would really just say.
Oh, honey, this is, I'm not cut out for
Well,
this.
when she takes over, you just sit back and relax.
I know.
I'm gonna send you documents in your email that I need from you though, so
Okay.
that you can get paid.
Everybody's got their own
Yeah.
opinions.
Yeah.
So, once you make that correction,
Send it to
if you
you.
could just send it to me.
I'm gonna attach it to my email to you.
Yeah, and then that way, I won't ask you to convert to PDF, I'll take care of all that.
I might, I need Daniel, my son, for this. Daniel, come help me. Which he says, will you quit shaking, Mom, so I can show you? I get so nervous when I touch that computer, I am so afraid. Because I,
Do they have a scanner?
because I'm afraid I'm gonna do something.
To do a PDF?
That's why
Or you could
little
just, if you're in
kids.
Word, you can just do it.
That's
We
why
were raised in it.
I'm talking
I've
little
never, yeah, I've
kids.
never done it that.
The reason why little kids do so well is because they're not afraid.
Oh, that's not.
This one, you know,
That's the only difference.
Even at home though, I get like, I don't wanna do this,
You can
and
back
he's gotta do all my
up, just so you know,
updates.
there's a backup button.
And then he buys me a new phone, because when we went on that mission trip, I was embarrassed, because my phone had like a ripped thing. And he made me get a new phone, he goes, I'm buying you a new phone, because now I'm embarrassed, but I needed that phone.
Well, we're not open to public meeting.
This is a public gathering.
We're not.
It is a forum.
Here
we go.
Don, we're not open to the meeting yet. And we're not gonna have a meeting as long as that camera's up there. I'm going to end up adjourning the meeting.
Come on.
Just to let everybody in the room know, we will not have a meeting as long as that camera's not taken down. We passed this policy months ago and you've been told multiple times.
So you guys can violate the policy when you move the cameras to unsupervised, which is highlighted in this section. And it's also open to a $500 fine by New York State for every violation that you guys do. And it was moved right to
We
your board
moved the
members.
cameras because they were unattended.
There,
And we
it
didn't want
says
something
right
to happen
in
to
here,
them.
in your own agenda, in your new ordinance, it says it can be unsupervised. So you explain it to me. It's your own law.
No matter what words I choose, I lose. Yeah, cause when you're playing the time card, yeah, you're making my life hard. It's an all-in, no-win, my sin situation. Yeah, you say I'm always late and that I'm never here. Well, which is it? Always and never just seem to go together. Always and never feel so wrong, so long. Always and never are both so hard to measure. Always and never come too soon. With you, I know you don't wanna come off me, but when you go to the extreme, you hit me upside the head with exaggeration. Yeah, you say that I'm always wrong and that I'm never right. Well, which is it? Always and never. I know I'm not too clever, but always and never just seem wrong. So long. Always and never are just too hard to measure, but always and never come too soon. Just too hard to measure, but always and never come too soon. With you, always and never come too soon.